up, my geeks? It's Paularaker here, and today, as promised, I am going to show you guys my render settings for Sony Vegas Pro 14. As many of you guys know, in my last video, I did show you guys how to get Sony Vegas Pro 14 for free, basically. So I will be linking that in the description below, so make sure you go check that out if you haven't seen it already. And if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like on this video. It helps me out so much. And let's get right into this. Alrighty, so the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have just your settings in Sony Vegas correct, just for Sony Vegas, for Sony Vegas in general. So you're going to go into File, and then you're going to go down to Properties, and then it should bring up this little menu here. Alright, and so I'm just basically going to explain what all these things do and what they're, like what you should set them to. Alright, so width and height, I don't really screw around with that unless you're like some crazy YouTuber who wants to have their videos all like 1080p and all that crap. I don't really care too much about quality in terms of video, mainly because I only have like, what is it, like 65 subscribers as of today. I really don't mess with all the width and height and all that, so quality I don't really care about. If you want to screw around with that, just go check out a different video. I'm not really too good on all that stuff, at least when it comes to quality, video quality. But anyways, so this is your frame rate. Obviously, if you're a YouTuber, you already know what that is, or you should at least. So I keep mine at 60. It has all different frame rates. If you want to change it to whatever, it really depends. The highest you can go is 60, unfortunately. Anyways, let's get back to this. Stereoscopic 3D mode should be off unless you're doing 3D stuff. In that case, again, please go check out another video. I'm not really familiar with that. Pixel format should be at 8-bit. If you really want to, again, with like the full quality stuff, you can set it to all that stuff, but it'll probably lag your computer if you don't have a good one. Obviously, I have a terrible computer, so I'm going to keep it at 8-bit for now, at least. Composite and gamma, I believe you can't change unless you can't change the composite and gamma unless you screw with pixel format. I'm just going to keep it at 8-bit for now. I don't want to screw with all that stuff. Full resolution rendering quality should be at best. That's the only quality thing that I do screw with. Motion blur type should be at Gaussian. The deinterlace method should be at blends field. And then the resample mode, oh, that's actually supposed to be off. So resample mode is actually supposed to be set at disable resample. And then pre-rendered files folder is supposed to be basically where all of your .veg files save to. So like when you go file save as, that's where your files are going to save to. And then start all new project with these settings. It'll basically start all new projects with the settings that you've selected right in here. Alrighty, so over to the audio tab here. So master bus mode should be stereo. In the most recent update they had for it, they actually changed it to 5.1 surround, and I don't believe you can change it to mono anymore. I don't think you can. Can you change it to mono? I bet you could change it to mono if you really cared enough to. But, I mean, who wants their stuff at mono? Like, seriously. Mono audio, if you don't already know, mono audio is where it only comes in one. Like, instead of having kind of that surround sound feel, just one, it has the same sound in both. Like, if you have headphones on, for example, the same sound will come to both ear cups. Instead of in stereo or surround sound, it'll be like different sounds going to each ear, and it'll sound so much better. So I just keep mine in stereo. Sample rate, in terms of hertz, I don't really screw with that. If you really want to, again, I'm not like doing all this professional quality and all that. This is just like beginning. Like, this is what you just basically need to have. You can screw with all the things that I've said. Like, if you really want to make your video quality better, it really won't. I'm just like telling you guys the basic things that you need to have down. Sample rate, I just keep mine at 48,000. That's the default. Bit depth should be at 16. Resample and stretch quality, again, should be at best. Recorded files, I don't really screw with that because I don't record stuff with Sony Vegas. But if you don't already know, it does actually have a screen recorder right up in that top left corner there. I don't think it's too great, so I don't use it. I actually use OBS to record. Ruler, you don't want to mess with that. Summary, you don't want to mess with that. And audio CD, you really don't want to mess with that either. So before you X out of this, you're going to want to click apply right down here, and then OK, and then that'll close you out of that. Now, this is the important part. So this is how you're going to render your files so that they'll actually go into YouTube as an MP4 file, because VEG files will not actually go into Sony Vegas, or sorry, .veg files are what the Vegas Pro saves videos as. So, but YouTube unfortunately only accepts MP4 and like, I'm pretty sure it only accepts MP4 now that I'm thinking about it. But basically this is how you're going to render it into MP4. So you're going to go to File again, and then you're going to go to Render As. It's not going to let me render it as anything right now because I don't have anything in there. So if you give me a second, I will upload my intro in there. Alrighty guys, now as you can see, I do have my intro loaded up in here. So if I play that, you can start to play. But one thing I do have to go over about this little preview box right here is it is extremely laggy, and it's intentionally laggy, but it's not, I wouldn't really call it lag, I'd just call it quality. For whatever reason, the developers made it so that this has, it runs at like 1/4 of the frames as what you set it to in your render settings. I'm not really sure why that is, just to like avoid being up. I don't really know why. Mine's lagging extremely because I have like a bunch of stuff uploading right now. But anyways, that should let us right now. So if you go into File and then Render As right there, then it should pull up a little pop-up menu right in here. Alrighty guys, so what you're going to want to do once you get into here, once this little pop-up comes up, you are going to want to scroll down until you find where it says Sony AVC/MVC, and then it should say MP4, M2TS, AVC, and all that. So you're going to want to open the drop-down menu, and then you should see right up here, it says Internet, 920 x 1080, and so you're going to want to click Customize Template. You're going to want to click on that first, and then click Customize Template. All right, so video format should be AVC, I believe. Or wait, yeah. So video format should be set as AVC. Frame size should be 920 by 1080, which is just normal screen size. Screen size. What the hell was I thinking about? So screen size should be 920 by 1080, and then do not make sure the allow source to adjust frame size. Make sure that box is not checked. Profile should be high. I think that's the only option for me at least. Entropy coding should be CVAC. Again, it's the only thing that I can choose. Frame rate should be the same amount of frames that you chose in your other thing, which for me is 60. In your Vegas setting, it should be the same thing. Again, make sure where it says allow source to adjust frame rate, make sure that is not checked. That would be bad. Field order should be none. Pixel aspect ratio should be 1000. It's just it'll let you choose whatever you chose in the settings. I don't really know why that came up as a drop-down menu actually. Bitrate should be, again, whatever you chose in the Vegas settings. Audio should be set as AAC. Sample rate, again, set as the Vegas settings. Bitrate, again, the Vegas Pro settings that we went over earlier. Audio encoding mode should be, you guessed it, the Vegas Pro settings. So that now that you have all that set up, system, it should be set as MP4 already. If you clicked on the right thing, it should be already set as MP4. And then color space should be default. You can really use whatever color space you want. Video rendering, you want to use project settings. Stereoscopic 3D mode, again, use project settings. And you're going to want to click OK. And so then you're going to want to make sure that this little box right here, when you do render your videos, I'm going to show you how to do it in just a second. When you do render your videos, where it says render options, right under there it says render loop region only. You're going to make sure that is not checked unless you want to render only a certain part of the video. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but let me explain this to you guys really quick. So the render loop is basically see this little yellow triangle thing up here? It's like a slider. Yeah, see that little loop that I kind of just created? That's a loop right there. And so that's called a render loop. And it will basically render anything that is only within that little loop that you choose to render. Now, I don't really know why you would want to render that, but it's there if you need it. What I did is I just set mine as YouTube so that I would know where it was, and I'm going to show you really quick right down here. So if I go into Customize Template, for whatever reason it keeps resetting itself to 30 frames. I have to change it back every time. It's kind of annoying. But that is just about it in terms of the render settings. Your output file, make sure you know where that is so that you can find it. Once it is done rendering, it will come up with a little thing that says show in folder. So if you don't know where to find it, then you can actually just show it in the folder and then drag and drop it to wherever you need it to be. And then you can set your name. Now, you got to be careful with the name thing here because, first off, you don't want to delete the thing that says .mp4. That would be very, very bad. You want to make sure that if you already have something, never give anything the same name. Hopefully you guys already know this about saving files, but if you have any two things that are the same name, it'll actually override the other file. One will override the other file, and then one video or audio file or whatever you have in there that just happens to be the same name will be completely gone and deleted forever. You can't get it back. So make sure you do not do that. That would be very, very bad. I'm going to render this. I'm going to customize template and then make sure that is set as that. And then it should, let's see here, that should be set. All right. So then once you have all your stuff selected, make sure none of this stuff is checked. And then you're going to want to click render. Like I said, you can see there it's going to override it. No, I don't. So I'm just going to set it as test.mp4 and then render. And then it depends on the video file size. Usually, it takes, I'd say, 2 minutes per every 1 minute the video is. So like if you have a 10-minute video, it'll usually take 20 minutes to render. Since I have like a 15-second video, it shouldn't take too long to render. I have a terrible computer, and I do have multiple things uploading right now, so obviously it's going to take a little longer. So I will get back to you guys once this is done. Alrighty guys, now as you can see, this is done uploading. Now once it is done uploading, you will say, you can see here it says open in folder. Open just opens it in whatever video player you have. So if you open it on a Mac, it will open in, I don't know what it will open in actually, but if you open it in Windows 10, it will open in the movie player, which you definitely do not want. So I'm going to click on open in folder, and then it should pull up the files thing for us. All right, now you can see I do have test MP4 right there. Now you can just drag that and drop it to wherever you want. Now, if I play this right now, then you guys can see it will start to play our intro, and it should be in 60 frames. Alrighty guys, so there you go. That is completely fully rendered and everything, and it is the same quality as when I put it in. I think that just about sums up the video. I can't talk today. For whatever reason, I just failing at life today. I had a wonderful day. I'm just going to say that. So, anyways, guys, I did this for you, all right? I recorded this for you guys. So, if you love this, if you like this video, please leave a like, all right? Just leave a like, but smash it right now. I'm going to wait. Smash it. All right, did you do it? Did you do it? But you better have done it. I'm gonna come to your house and murder you if you didn't. You better have done it. I'm tired today. Don't judge me. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to smash that like button in the face, and also smash that subscribe button. We're already at 65 subscribers, which I'm so excited about. So we're on the road to 100 Yes, we're so close, or we're not really that close actually, but we're on the road to 100. But anyways, as you guys know, I will be getting a face cam at 100 subscribers, and I will be using it in every video after. So, if you guys want that, hit that subscribe button right now, because it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be fun for both of us, and it's gonna be interesting. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.